Hi everybody, my name is Jo and I love to read. Today is the start of another vlog, which I'm already halfway through. I'm up to page 360. When I first started this book, it was actually months and months ago. I jumped into it straight after ringing ACOWAR and I just wanted to continue on to see how it happens. I don't normally marathon series. Read this far into the start of it and then decided that I needed to have a break. In case you didn't read the title of this, it is going to involve spoilers. Picking it up again, it just felt like coming home, to be honest, which is so surprising for me because I didn't expect to actually love this series. I have had up and downs with it, but ultimately Sarah J Maas is able to capture what it feels like to be a part of a family, when a world feels like home, when a love interest feels awesome. Hands down, my favorite part so far is the start, and when I was tossing up in my head about whether to vlog or not, because I'm thinking what could top the series of events of the start. I'm hoping that it will because I've still got another half of the book to go, but there's just something about the start that was just like perfection, starting with Feyre going back to the spring court pretending to be the scared little human girl, though she's Fae, but pretending to be who she was, but meanwhile she's got a vengeance and revenge burning, simmering under her skin for what Tamlin did to her sisters. Feyre tears it down from within. I loved that so much. She's so badass. And when she took on the royals or something of Highburn, whoever the high ups were, and then Lucien comes with her. Yes, my favorite character from the spring court. All the action stuff with them hiding in the autumn court and when they're on the ice, and then Cassian lands there and he saves the day. That was so good. And there was a part of me that was thinking, I wish it had been Rise, because that would have been an ultimate mate coming to save the day. But we kind of get two moments now. The fact that it was Cassian, her friend, that saved her, and then she gets the reunion with Rise back at the night court. Not only do we have the reunion with her mate, I love them together, they're a great couple. I'd love being in a book where they're together and they're solidly together, still scarred from love triangles in my youth. I love seeing a couple together and actually getting to see them be together over a long period of time. We also have Lucien discovering that, oh my god, she's actually with these people that I just totally didn't expect, being the most fearsome, scared High Lord ever, and she is actually romantically with him. I'm having a really fantastic time. At this point in time, I feel like I'm going to finish this within 2 weeks. I'm sort of flying through it. I just want to be reading it. It is fantastic. I have a prediction. I think Miriam, she's the 6th queen that Lucien's going to find. So that's my prediction. Rise is going, oh, we haven't heard from Miriam, don't know how to track her down or anything. And now Lucien's going after this elusive 6th queen that nobody knows anything about. I think it's Miriam. So we shall see. I'm hoping to get a tiny bit of reading done. Macy is having some tummy time on the floor. Hey, I've read a bit more. I'm now this far, so I look more than halfway. I'm having a really nice time. The next clip refers to the meeting at the Dawn Court that all the High Lords were invited to discuss the threat of Highburn. Tamlin does turn up at the court. He does get invited, which does make sense. Halfway through that part right now, so we've had all the drama on the first day, where Tamlin is an absolute horrible person. And I loved it. I love the drama. That's what I love about romantasy, is the drama. Not fun in real life, obviously, but so good in a book. Theron, the autumn court lord, he's horrible. Really, really horrible. I'd forgotten a bit with more about what had happened to her, so I did Google that a little bit quickly. I'm having a fucking great time. It's so good. I'm having such a good time. What I'm really hoping to see is a conversation between Tamlin and Feyre by themselves. Not because I want anything to happen, but because I think that would just like top tier all these interactions. There is a bit that needs to be said between them. And it's not that they never loved each other. They did
love each other, both of them. But he ended up being the wrong person for her, was completely blindsided. He thought that the love of his life had came back, and turns out no, she's not been yours for a very long time. Horrible thing that he did. Horrible for sacrificing her sisters. But I just find that really fascinating, considering all the conversation about morally grey men, because Tamlin is super hated, but there's these men that say, I will burn the world for you. Does that extend to their family? You don't really want them to sacrifice everything for you. And that is essentially what Tamlin did. To save his love, he sacrificed her sisters. I'm glad that Feyre is not okay with it. I also don't agree.
There's too big.
Thank you. With people saying that Tamlin's a completely different person from the first book, because Tamlin was at his best in ACOWAR. In ACOWAR, his sole purpose to save everybody was to romance someone and have a mortal fall in love with him. So I think he was pulling out all the stops. He was being the best version of himself in the most romantic sense that he could be, until he got someone to fall in love with him. We didn't get to see the kind of ruler he really wanted to be. We don't even get to see him much around his court or anything like that. He's being horrible, but he's also incredibly hurt. So I think there can be character growth here, and I don't think that he's a totally different person. I'm also not annoyed at him for doing nothing under the mountain, because sometimes there are situations where you do just have to play, is it playing pigeon or play dead or whatever to survive, and he thought in his way that he needed to be meek and not actually fight to then give Feyre a chance at saving them all. I'm very curious to see where this goes. I'm excited to keep reading. I'm also excited to finish this by the end of the year, and yeah, I'm having a great time. I just read the part where we're at Grayson Estates and Jurian has been revealed as good, which makes sense. It really does when you explain it. And I'm trying to think, why did I think that he was evil? But I think it was all in revenge madness. He was the eye for years. Hey guys, I am now up to here, getting pretty close to the end. I've got 150-ish pages to go, which is actually pretty cool. I am a little bit annoyed at Feyre right now for the crap she just pulled. I hope she apologises later. I was feeling a bit bored as I picked up in this reading session. We just did a battle at Tarquin's, and then we had to quickly jump across to Winter's Border, I think is where part of Hybern's army was, but not the main part, and they won, but it's the one where Cassian just got his stomach ripped open, and then Feyre convinced Mor to go down and battle because she wanted to go find the cereal, which I was bored before that point, up until the point where Feyre decides that she wants to see the cereal. I actually was about to put it down and happened to look forward to see how many there was until the chapter ends, and then saw the word the cereal and was like, I actually did put it down and then went, I really want to see the cereal again. So we did that, and that was fascinating. And the Weaver again, who was horrific but fascinating. What I'm annoyed about though is I get that Mor's angry at Feyre, and I don't like that she's going to rant and rave at her. I think it's fine that they're annoyed at her and say her piece about leaving a note, and I understand why Feyre didn't want to do that, because there was a lot of trauma. Do you call that? Residual trauma. I have the door open. Tamlin never let her go and do anything, and because she's still fairly new in her role as High Lady, she is a bit worried that they were not going to let her go and do it the way that she wanted to. Mor's really angry, and she's really angry, and I can see Feyre calling on her for being grumpy all the time. Is she pissed off at the world? Is she unable to make herself happy in whatever situation she's in? I'm gonna put this down because it's heavy. She's just so cranky and so pissed off all the time, and it's heightened right now because of Nesta. And basically anytime Nesta shows any positiveness towards Cassian, Mor's there angry and stern, but I don't know if she actually likes Cassian. Isn't the whole deal is that she could
be in a relationship with Azriel, who's actually has some deep feelings for her, but is she afraid to face those feelings? Am I missing something, or is this not revealed into the end? And so of course I'm curious, I want to know, and I've just got reminded that she slept with Cassian, and he's this constant third wheel or little wedge in between her and Azriel, and is an excuse for her to not be honest and get close to Azriel. So that's there's all that. It's not really Feyre's business though. She's calling Moore a liar for not going for it with Azriel. But to me, that's not what you should be calling her out for, and I would be pissed off if I was Moore too, in regards to that. Better thing would have been to have Feyre challenge Moore and be like, okay, I fucked up, I get it, we're in a war, I understand that you're so upset with me, I understand that you don't want to listen to my excuses and that I lied, I get it, I'm sorry, but you were there, you know how difficult this was for me, I'm working on it, so stop being angry at me. And then she could be like, it seems like you're pissed off all the time lately. That to me would have been a better way to go about it. But now we have this, and it's we just have her going off at Moore for not going for Azriel. It just didn't seem related. It kind of felt like they were using this whole thing and this argument with Moore and Feyre as a reason for us to finally get that answer and that conversation happening. I gotta go now because my dirty kitchen is beckoning, unfortunately. I would keep reading. I'm really actually hoping that I might finish this tomorrow. No, that's Monday, and we've got swimming lessons tomorrow. It may not be super easy just to read a whole bunch, but I've nearly read 100 pages tonight. Well, I've read 50, so I'm halfway there. I could read another 50 probably if it stays interesting, and then I've only got 100 to go, which is doable again in an evening, which would be fun. I'm keen to finish. I am a bit wary though that I don't want to push myself to finish it. I may end up not reading much at all tomorrow and just watching some TV and of course doing chores, taking care of the baby, all those fun things. But in my downtime, I might just watch some telly to have a bit of a break and then to go into it because I really don't want to wreck it, and I can do that sometimes. I'm not a bingey reading kind of person. Once I enjoy things, I do read them more, but if I push myself to keep reading, it can often feel like the pacing is shit when it's not. It's me reading it too quick. Ooh, here's another prediction. Is the Weaver gonna come into it? Now that Feyre gave the Weaver Ianthe and the guards to eat, which is delicious. What a weird way to phrase it, because she's literally going to eat them, which is horrific, but she's fascinating. Like the monsters that Sarah J Maas has in this is just, they fascinate me. So if anybody else has any other recs of really creepy books with creepy creatures, I'm more than happy to read. I'm going to go this time, and I will talk to you guys in another update. This is the way through. I read another, 30 pages this morning or something like that, and some of it last night. But, guys, Tamlin! If you know, you know. Unless something else happens with him in the future. He just sacrificed himself or put himself in massive harm's way to help Feyre. Like, aw, that's nice. I got a dog here who's like really wanting snuggles. Oh, so now that was pretty good. You know, that speaks more than words. Even though I think words are still needed and we didn't get a conversation together with him. Feyre reckons now that he went back to spy for them, which, I don't know, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Time will tell, I think. To me, him saving his ex-love, who he probably is not quite, well, Ryzen says that he's not over her, but I reckon he still is feeling something. Him saving her is different to siding with the High Lords and turning against Hybern. That's different. I understand him having to run away after he saved her life. That makes sense, but I'm still not convinced. Had that not happened, would he have done the right thing or not? I don't know. That is the dog again. That moment where the spring summer breeze helps her lift herself up. I was nearly tearing up at that. If in a different world, I would think that Tamlin would have made her an equal high lady. Maybe he's a bit of a control freak and he wouldn't have wanted to give that up. Possibly, we don't know, we're not in that world, but I also think that there is also a chance that if that was the tradition in his world, he would have made her a High Lady. So, you know, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I have a house to tidy up. Bye. Okay, so I'm glad I'm filming while I do that bit. Moore has just revealed why she's not with Azriel. I'm so sad for her. I'm happy that she told Feyre, because that seems like a big step. But I'm sad that she felt like she could tell nobody, even amongst their inner circle, that they are so close with each other that she couldn't tell anyone. So hopefully she does. How I was saying in a previous clip that Moore looks cranky at Nesta and Cassian, or Moore would look cranky whenever Nesta would do something nice towards Cassian. And I thought it was because she liked Cassian or she liked his attention and she didn't want Nesta to have it. But now I'm thinking, does she like Nesta? Maybe. I have another prediction. I reckon Kerr and the Darkbringers are going to turn on them. I think they're going to ally with Highburn.
Don't mind the children's music. We're having a bit of sit-down time and I'm having a read. I'm annoyed that Feyre didn't leave anyone a note like she said she was going to. I'm so excited to find out what this mirror is going to be like. I'm going to stop reading now though because I'm feeling a bit fatigued from reading. Not that I've read a lot, but I have read a little bit this afternoon and it's only been snips and snaps, so I haven't actually sat down and properly concentrated, and I really want to enjoy this part of the book. So I'm going to do some chores and probably make some dinner, have some dinner. I'm hopefully going to watch some telly as well and then come back to it and read, and hopefully I'll be all refreshed and I can have a great time. I may finish tonight, maybe, if it's good enough. Hey, I'm up to here. I've got about 80 pages to go. I was a little bit disappointed by the mirror stuff. And it was fine. It was just over a bit too quick, but it's kind of difficult to, something that's built up so much, to be able to just like do it justice. What I'm finding is going to be interesting now is knowing that the series continues. So are we actually going to defeat Highburn? Because that's what it seems like. Like we're literally throwing everything at him in this battle. So are we going to actually defeat him? And then if so, what's going to be the next big bad to continue on the series? And I'm curious to see what ends up happening with these 3 death gods and whatever, or the 2 death gods and whatever Bryaxis is. I'm very curious to see what happens with them, whether they go back willingly or not. So I'm very, very curious. Maybe they're going to be the new thing that they have to defeat, which would be weird because they're helping them right now. So, yeah. Just the usual, of course, getting wrecked emotionally by fictional characters. Oh, so good though. I love a book that makes me cry. It's so good. So good. Hits me in the feels. I cried because, so just, like the cauldron released and they had this white light stuff that obliterates everything, and the bone carver was just absolutely smashed and they're all feeling hopeless, but then
Tamlin and Beren arrive with their forces, and the humans arrive with their forces too, and how Eris explained that it was Tamlin that pulled Beren out, like, oh, be still my beating heart. They all arrive, and then but it seems like it's not making a difference, and even without the cauldron releasing another thing of power, just simply trying to plow through all the Highburn people, and now without the bone carver to help, and then the Highburn Armada rocks up, all their ships, and they're just like, oh, we're gonna die. And it's just, you know, and Ryzan's telling Feyre in her mind to run, just leave if it seems like there's not going to be anyone, and go and live and fight another day. And she's like, you said no goodbyes. Just in her mind, not to Ryzan. She's like, I'm gonna see this thing through. I'm not running. Even if I kill myself, I'm gonna wipe this bastard off the planet. And then the people arrive. Miriam and Dracon and their thousands and thousands and thousands of warriors, hundreds of thousands of warriors arrive. Vassa, the human queen, and Feyre and Nesta and Elaine's dad arrives. I was tearing up, and then I just stopped reading for a second, started crying. I could not, and I'm sitting in the lounge room in the middle of the afternoon. Mason's asleep, baby's asleep, toddler's watching telly, and Daniel's there. He's got a new watch that he's playing with, and he's just like, are you okay? I'm just like there crying, and he's like, good or bad? And I was like, good. And I was like, I thought they were gonna die, and then their friends showed up, and I choked up when trying to explain what was happening. Oh dear, oh my god. That moment did top the start, which, like I said at the start of this vlog, I wasn't sure if anything was going to top it, so is it worth vlogging? Because I didn't vlog that part, I vlogged halfway through the book. We've got this moment where we think all is lost, and then all of these people that we weren't sure were going to rally are rallying around us. So it's just, like, so good. It was... I'm still reading, I've still got more to go. And I am going to finish this vlog. I will do an ending to this one, because I did Onyx Storm recently and there was no ending. I forgot to vlog. But I'm going to have a break, make some dinner, put the children to bed. Daniel's parents are coming over to visit for a bit, so it's going to be a bit later. And then hopefully smash out the rest of the book tonight. If this is anyone's sign watching this, read the books that people say are shit. Because I wasted so much time not reading this series because I'd heard from people who bagged out Sarah J Maas for her writing style and for the amount of ellipses she uses and em dashes, and I let that dissuade me from reading this for so long. And I am so glad that I did, because this book, this third book, is amazing, like top tier. I love it so much. So, gosh.
Hey, so I'm hoping to finish this up now. I've still got quite a few pages to go, so I was hoping to film this whole last bit and see if there's a reaction, but I'll just see how I go. Prediction. Okay, they've all been wrong so far. That's okay, I love it. Amren, this whole time, where I am right now, is we're in the clearing with Nesta and the king and Cassian, and Cassian is getting wrecked, treated horribly. The king's just snapped one of his wings. Feyre's thinking that Amren has betrayed them all. I'm thinking that Amren has been training Nesta to wield the cauldron instead, and the plan all along between those two was for Nesta to be able to wield the power of the cauldron. Prediction, let's see. explanation was wrong, possibly. I don't know. We'll see what Amarin says, but if she explains herself. But will that be enough? Will Elaine's stabbing him be enough? Like, surely not. If Nesta's power couldn't have. I don't want Amarin to go. I'm finished. Oh, I feel exhausted. I don't know what to say. I think it's quite late. Yes, put it at 10. Not too bad. I really liked it, obviously. I'm really glad that Amarin got to come back. Ryzen died, but then I knew he was going to come back. I have read a trilogy before where the love interest actually died and stayed dead, and that was sad. That made me cry. I don't really mind either way because I do like seeing people happy, but then I also do enjoy the tragedy, so I didn't mind. But it does feel a bit like, oh, he died, but then he got brought back. It probably didn't need to be there. It's probably to show how powerful the spell was, that they needed Ryzen to expel all of his power. And I know it makes sense for his personality. It just kind of felt a bit cheap that he was brought back so easily. And I know they can't do that for everybody because they give up a part of their power, so they're just not going to bring everyone back. But it does, that's what I want to talk about actually, because whenever they bring people back in a war, books like that make me feel sad for everybody else that lost someone and they don't get to get them back. And I know that Ryzam being the High Lord and he sacrificed a lot, and same with Feyre being brought back in ACOWAR, that she was the one that saved them all, so it does make sense. But it still makes me a bit sad, almost as if they think their lives are more worthwhile than everybody else's. I also did not like how they did the armband bargain thing where they literally made, it was Ryzan that did really, like, I mean, she's the one who said when we die together, but he's the one that actually made it into a literal fucking bargain. For me, I guess I'm just more rational in that I would want my husband, I would want Daniel to survive without me and learn to be happy again. I would not want him to just die because I die. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching my channel, for watching this video. Thank you so much. It's probably going to be a bit of a long one. I'm very curious to see how the editing process goes, but I've had a smashing time with this book, wherever it was. It's been my favourite so far in this series. I still think ACOMAF was like my least favourite. I think it's this and then ACOTAR. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more from me, more reading vlogs, my wrap up, get my thoughts after they've settled a bit more. Please comment if I've inspired you to do so. Have you read this book? If you watched this video and you have not read this book, are you going to read it now? Curious. If you just want to comment something and you don't know what to comment, then please comment some kind of pink or yellow emoji to go with the cover. I'll talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye. Time for ice cream.